You did a vision board for 2026 and you feel like nothing is happening for you. Truly what inspired me to do this video is that I hung out with one of my childhood friends the other day. Mind you, this girl has known me since I was 12 years old, since I first landed into the US from Cuba, and she told me, "Damn girl, your life has changed a lot," and I could not agree more. How I didn't manifest this life, I worked for it. I really did, and I work at it every single day. I feel like for the story to be good, we need to give some context. I was born in Cuba, which if you're not aware, Cuba is a communist regime. Yes. I don't know if you're Hispanic, but I feel like Hispanic families have expectations when it comes to their kids, and I don't blame them. When you are growing up in Cuba, you grow up without opportunities, without dreams. You basically get your wings cut from you from a very young age, and that is exactly what happened with my parents. They were installed the mentality that for you to succeed, you have to grow up, go to school, get a degree as a lawyer, as a doctor, get married, and just be able to support your family. Well, I decided that I wanted a little more for my life. However, I was always a good kid. I was always a good student. So I did as everybody does. I went to high school, I graduated, and I got an amazing scholarship to college. Realized when I entered college that I fucking hated college very much. I've never said that out loud actually until this video, because it's crazy how I'm still scared to disappoint my family, but at one point I realized that I needed to live for myself. Now, I am not gonna put the degree girlies down. You guys do as you want to, and I think it's amazing that you have the strength to go through school, because I definitely do not. As a good kid who doesn't want to let her family down, I went to school for the first 2 to 3 years and I absolutely despised it. And one thing to know about me is that I am a very creative person, okay? Ever since I was in middle school, all I loved to do was come home from school, sit down, and do my makeup on my vanity until 12 in the morning. My mom used to yell at me to go to bed. From a very early age, I was very creative. It was all I wanted to do in my life, and I realized last year that I can. And if other people can, why can't I? I used to watch a lot of Amanda Diaz. She is a fellow Cuban content creator, and I realized that if things are possible for her, why can't they be possible for me? That was the mentality shift that I had in 2025, and I realized that I can make anything happen for myself. 2024, I remember that I had about $100 left in my bank account, and I went to Ulta and I bought this perfume, the first Cosmic that ever came out from Kylie Cosmetics, and I posted it on my TikTok. That video got a little bit of traction, and slowly but surely it started getting more traction and more traction to the point that Kylie Jenner reposted it, and it kind of made me realize, damn, the internet is such a small place. Like I'm just a girl from Miami. I know nothing, and I feel like we are so connected and there are so many possibilities. And from that moment on, I told my mom, I am not going to school. I am just not doing it. Love the degree baddies, don't get me wrong, get your degree. I started posting what made me happy. Eventually I started getting a small following, and at that point, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, nope, there was no pay in it for me at all. I was receiving products every single day for free, creating content on it without getting any compensation, and at times it felt really dark. I felt like I was really never gonna make it, and my parents were right and I had to go back to school. Something that always kept me going, the word consistency. I just kept thinking, let me be consistent, one day it'll pay off, one day it'll pay off, and against all odds and opinions from family, from friends, saying that I should focus my attention on something else, I just kept posting. I was treating my social media like a business, even if it wasn't a business back then. And eventually I started getting one comment on a post. I would reply to that post, and then that person would show up in the next post, and then I would get 2 comments, 3 comments, 4 comments. Eventually brands will see you. I started getting brands to reach out to me. I would charge ridiculous amounts. By this I mean not enough. I would charge like $100 to do a video for them. It snowballed to the point that I got my manager to reach out to me. We had a meeting, we talked about goals, not only content wise, but also financially, because you have to realize that I was not working. I was just doing content. So I needed to also take into account my bills, my debts, everything. I never posted with expectations. I think that's a very big thing. People expect to post and next day to have an amazing audience who follows you and get all these brand deals. Man, this is work. This is real fucking work. And sometimes you spend 6 hours editing a video, you post it, you get no engagement at all, and it's very easy to feel discouraged and feel like you don't want to do it. But I think what you should take away from my experience is that consistency is very important and hard work is very important. Consistency will really set you apart from other people, because 2 humans can get started on the same path. One of them stays consistent, one of them doesn't, and who do you think is going to succeed? And a mentality that nobody was coming to save me. I also always dreamed of being somebody who my future kids will be proud of. I want to have my own business ventures. I want to be a successful woman myself, and I just don't want to rely on anybody. And I realized that I have to fight for that myself. I have to go out there. I have to put myself in the tiger's mouth, and I have to get shit done. The problem with the society that we live in is that we unfortunately love instant gratification, and I have been there too. I am an instant gratification baddie. If I go to the gym and I run 30 minutes on the treadmill, I expect to wake up the next day with abs, and that is just not the reality of anything in this lifetime. Things take work. You need to be up for the work. If you're not up for the work, then you don't get the rewards that the work gives you. We are just engulfed in the idea of instant gratification, and if we don't get things right away, we just give up. When did it become cool to give up? You are one decision away from entering the best chapter yet, and if you believe in yourself so deeply, you keep working at whatever it is that you're working at hard enough, and eventually you will see the flowers out of that. And it finally happens for me. I am a full-time content creator, and people sometimes judge you just because you're a small content creator, which is something that I've noticed a lot, especially here in Miami where I live. People think that just because you're a small content creator, you're not doing well. Don't let anybody ever tell you that. You need to know your worth and charge your worth. I live my dream life. I have been able to go to my parents' house and show my mom statements of everything I've been doing with content creation, and it's just crazy. I go to these beauty events and I sit in these tables with these amazing content creators and with people that I've looked up to. The imposter in my head is always telling me, you were not meant to be here, you were meant to live another life. I know in my heart that I am meant to be wherever I say that I am meant to be, and nobody can ever tell me otherwise. If you needed to hear any of this, I hope that this video gave you some extra fuel to follow your dreams, because I get to walk this life today because I was brave enough to stand up to the people who didn't believe in me. So whether it is social media or anything else that you're doing in your life, the most important person that you need to impress every single day is yourself. And my dad always tells me that it's not how you start, it's how you finish that says a lot about you. What are you waiting for to step into the best version of yourself yet?